And I'm back with the same do-rag shirt combo because it's the same day. I'm not musty. I do shower. I do wash. Make sure y'all do the same. Anyway, this is going to be my first Kaiju number 8 video because I simply have not spoken about the series because of A, time management, B, laziness, C, lack of thought process when it comes to the series. But we're at a certain part in the series where I now think that Kaiju number 8 is either transforming or it's ending. And I'd rather talk about if it's ending first before I talk about transforming. So I have my cards here to like help me maintain my thought process. But if Kaiju is ending, this is the big bad. This is the origin of the Kaiju. This is the embodiment of something. I don't know if it's the embodiment of the Kaiju spirit or excuse me, or the will of Kaijus or the chaos of Kaijus or just it being just a force of nature. There's so many ways to interpret what it is, but the fact of the matter is right now with Cap spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. You've been warned. With Habino going back in time essentially for a flashback of like a period where they had basically kaiju rifles and whatnot, and that beast was just roaming the streets, tearing everybody apart. And we're getting a flashback, and there's two things. And this is why I say transforming or ending. We can take this and say that kaiju is ending because of this big bad, which is what I don't lean towards. I lean towards transforming, but this is still a possibility because it could be that it's ran its course. I'm not sure. I don't think it is, but in the case that it is, this is the big bad. And instead of it ending with just this interaction, it could be that the final arc would just be fighting this thing again, just in a more successful manner, because we have such a big cast in my opinion, in comparison to the amount of kaijus that they fight on a daily basis. And so I think all the captains and the generals available, I would like to see them get put to use. I would like to see them in action. I'd like to see them do the work. I'd like to see them fight. And I think that this is the best time to include everyone that we can instead of the people who are just needle movers like Kokoro. Um, wow, my brain. Narumi, Hoshina, Mina. So there's so many different players for kaiju that we could include in this finale. Now, that's it that I have to say about it ending. Now, let's focus on what I really want to talk about the fact that kaiju is transforming. Kaiju number 8 has the potential to transform the current world building into a dark continent kaiju esque arc. They have the ability to take the fact that this beast came from somewhere and they're all going to go to the island to exterminate because they all going to come over here anyway. And that is an opportunity that I need them to take. I need them to run with that because that's what I would like to see. Bring the whole force to the island. I want to see what Hunter x Hunter will not allow me to see, which is the dark continent actually being explored. And let me tell you what I mean by that, which you already know. I want to see the source where the kaijus are from, and I want it to be an external place. I want it to be a place that we can physically visit so we can see the origin of kaijus. How did they get here? How are we going to navigate that? How do they evolve? How did they start? All these questions I need answered. And I think this flashback is the perfect place to start. What are the odds that we get a flashback? I didn't expect the flashback to come, I'm not gonna lie. But the fact of the matter is we have it. So let's focus on what we have. And it's that simple. Kaiju number 8 has an ability to transform as other series are on break, like One Piece being on break. Jujutsu Kaisen's done. My Hero Academia done. There are so many series that have taken a break or gotten the axe that Kaiju number 8 can really flourish in this time period, and this is the pivotal time for them to do so. Now, with that being said, it just might not. This may not be as in depth as we think it is. And it's not that I want to get my hopes up, but at the same time, I am going to get my hopes up because I think that this has the potential to be something more. Kaiju number 8 is something I've been reading because it keeps me entertained, but it hasn't been one of my favorites. Like my top 3 that I read right now is Sakamoto Days, Kagurabachi, Chainsaw Man. Those are my top 3. They just do something that doesn't feel like can be replicated by others. But I'd be disingenuous to say that Kaiju number 8 doesn't do similar things. And it does. It doesn't do it to the same degree as those three. But the fact of the matter is that it can. And I think that this is the time period for, I think, what's the author's name? Naoya Matsumoto. This is the time period for him to really elevate if he wanted to take the story to a place it's never been. Even if he takes a break and comes back after leaving us with a cliffhanger, there's so many options for us to navigate for Kaiju number 8. And the only thing that I'm really excited about is seeing more kaijus and more of the force, defense force, in movement. I want to see more generals, more is it captains and generals, lieutenants, captains, lieutenants, whatever the equivalent is for what Mina is and what Narumi is. I want to see those. I want to see those 1,000%. And so this can't be the end. This can't be the end. There has to be more in store. And me personally, it's gonna be a short video because honestly, it's very straightforward. Kaiju number 8 has the ability to elevate to something, and you know what? I'm afraid to glaze it because of what happened to JJK. Y'all saw that video. Y'all better have saw that video. But I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna hope. And if I'm wrong, the series will still be just as good as what I said. It won't change anything. But if I'm right, hmm, we're in store for something special. That's all my thoughts. Yeah. Y'all take care.